So my name is Maga. I'm French with Italian background. I currently live in Lisbon. I've been living here for the last 3 years. I was living in Amsterdam before. Did the move after COVID, and I'm really happy here. I have my studio, my apartment, and it's a new life here that I really enjoy, and it's cool. Yeah, and I also have a party here called Stories, so kind of. It's a good reason for me to be here, and I'm loving it. Yeah. So back in 2009, I will say, 2009, yes. I moved in Capetown, and basically I was starting to open a club. And I was running a club with one of my partners. And for 3 years, I had a bar club restaurant. And at some point, my resident DJ asked me, hey, do you want to learn how to DJ? So I was like, yeah, for sure, man. I'm actually very curious. So this is how I started. He basically teach me how to put one record after another one. I loved it so much that basically I sold a share of my club and dedicated my life to music, which is almost like 11 years ago now. Maga, it's simple. It's my the first letter of my last name and the first 3 letters of my name, and yeah, I kept it short, and it's one of my friends that actually found it for me. Yeah, ever since I kept it. It's being I have it since 2006. Actually, it was a nickname at the beginning. And that nickname stayed with me until now. So, and it's not gonna change. I didn't really play instruments, but now I can play a bit of piano. I can touch a bit of everything, guitar not so much, but I have like a big studio here with a lot of piano and my synths. So I stick to that basically. I was always into listening house music. Back in the day, I was listening a lot of deep house and house music, especially from Defected Records, which was more soulful house back in the day. I mean, it still is, but it was different sound for sure than what I am and what I'm trying to produce now, and where I envision my sound to be. Man, there's a lot of influences out there. There's a lot of artists that are truly inspiring. I mean, it's hard to kind of tell you. I mean, there's a lot, I'm inspiring myself from a lot of artists that impact me back in the days, and definitely the influence that I'm trying to have right now is my core crew, which is part of my label, and these are the people that are influencing me to definitely make better music, which is my label from Scenarios. This connect was made about 8 months ago. It was a record that was made with Emmanuel, Satie, Engelhardt, Yulia, Niko, Doron, and myself, and the singer called Noelle. And yeah, the track was made in Lisbon. So far, it has been actually the track that worked the most basically on our label. We got really a good outcome, and a lot of artists around the world were playing it, which is really nice to see, We had a few recording session, and yeah, we kind of managed to make that track pretty quick actually, and like in 2 days we made it. So ever since we always been happy with it, The definition of a DJ is a person that knows how to make people dance from an opener to a closer. It's all about the groove, all about keeping the energy level, staying consistent, making sure you don't go too far beyond what the room is asking for, and I think that's what it is. It's just you just have to feel what's right in for the room that you're at. That's the most important, I think. I like to do both. I mean, DJing is maybe a little bit more of my my go-to fun side, but for sure I love spending time in the studio. I love to kill hours and trying to get somewhere where I haven't been and make something that I haven't done before. And and especially when I have a really cool studio here, I can spend hours here just being on my own and writing music. So for me, it's two complete different things, but I love them both very dearly. Well, I make music because I love music, because it's super important to to make your own. Nowadays, a lot of artists are not making the music anymore, and I think it's taking the passion away from what you're trying to do. Even if you don't know how to make music, there's so many ways now to learn and to learn about the process of making music and having your own personal touch and feeling into it, because I think it's just way too important. Like when you play that record and you made it, it's just there's nothing that can equal that. Like you made it in the studio, you mixed it, it's being mastered, and then you have it in your hand, you play it, and then you see people raving at it and enjoying. So I think it's making music is just beautiful. Daily life in Maga life is on the weekdays, if I'm in Lisbon, I'm in a studio and I'm preparing for either my next set. I'm preparing with my team about my next shows, preparation for the next 6 months ahead. I'm connecting with all my team. When I have time, of course, I go in a studio and I try to work on all my music side. Also, like I say, I have like a party in Lisbon, which take me some time as well because we're doing this summer 5 editions. So we had to block lineup and so many other details. And so it's my days are always busy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm always on the phone.
Looking in the sky.
In the Sky is a record that we did in Lisbon. It's the same story. It's part of our label Scenarios, and it's the same dynamic. We got a singer called Paul Brenning that Yulia, Niko brought us, and then we were in a studio, and it was the same dynamic. We knew more or less what we wanted to do, and that track was more like a after party kind of track, a bit more like singing and. Let's put it this way, it's like a track for the girls, this one. And that's we are in a studio, the 5 of us, and we knew more or less what we wanted to do. So same, it took us like I think a week to make it happen. Creative process is I think the most important thing that I start to work with. It's mainly like drums at the very beginning, drums, bass line, And then when I have that, I start to basically we start to write melodies. And once we have melodies, generally we go to the second part of like trying to find a vocalist, which is what we did for that record. So then we send over the track to that singer, Paul Brenning, and he sent us a couple of recordings. And I think after the third take, we basically had something that made sense to that record. That's how the creative process was made. Qualifying my music, I think it's got a strong body. It's very melodic, not too much, because I try to let the groove talk more than the melody. I will not say it's melodic house and techno, but it's around these lines. And it's got like a little bit of minimalistic kind of sound in between of that. And yeah, I think that's about it. So Scenarios is a collective of 4 artists, which is Emmanuel, Satie, Doron, Engelhardt, and myself. We have started that collective about a year and a half, and we already took it to several places such as LA, Tel Aviv, Lisbon, Toronto, soon to be going in London at Fabric. And that record label is basically, like I say, a collective. So the focus was made about focusing on the artist, which is us. And we don't really kind of let anyone in the label, a part of Remixer, which will be coming the second year, because we wanted to put the focus on our crew. That record label is also a party brand, which is basically, like I say, we're taking it worldwide. We're trying to release between 6 to 8 release per year, which is more or less like about one release every month and a half, every 2 months. So yeah, that's basically the project about Scenarios. I put all my focus at the moment on Scenarios, despite the fact that I still release music elsewhere. My main thing about releasing my music is on Scenarios right now, is building our brand. In a party on the river in Amazon in Brazil, and literally the SWAT team of Brazil busted the party, and we all ended up in a jail for 6 hours. And literally all the people, we were like 80 people on that little party. It was like a private party, and they took the 80 of us in the police station. This track is a cool story. I met this girl in Ibiza last summer. Her name is Milane Fernandez. She's an amazing singer. She was singing pop. She was a superstar. Like when she was 17 years old, she was like a big pop star in Germany. And anyway, we kind of bonded. She became a really good friend. And I kind of talked to her and I say, hey, well, are you down to make a record with her? So we had a record that I made with Emmanuel, Satie for our label. The track is called Release. And yeah, so we went last summer. We were in Berlin and we did a studio session, and it went super well. And so that's how we made that track. We made the track in Berlin with a girl, Milane Fernandez, and it's a really good one. It's gonna be going out in the end of the summer, and it's gonna be coming out on Scenarios. Is Emmanuel, Satie, with Milane Fernandez and myself. The next project, man, I'm already working on so many projects that right now my next project is the current project I'm working on, which is scenarios. I have two big projects. One is called Scenarios, which is my label, like I said, and I have my party in Lisbon, which is called Stories. And then my career is taking me a lot of time to basically travel everywhere around. So all these three projects are already fulfilling all my life, and it's quite a big one already, you know. I think my next goal will be to be playing at Circo Loco and releasing on a label called Cocoon. Cocoon is the label of Sven Vath. Touched by Silence by Jimmy Jewel. The next one is Strat Lehman Alan Dixon remix by Johan Albert. And then obviously a very special one, is the new record of DJ Cause and Roisin Murphy. It's called Can't Replicate.